Welcome, finalists, to episode 2 of The Vault. I am Waltz, of course, joined once again by Rio. How you doing, Rio?
I'm doing great. And today's sponsor is Via, experts in cybersecurity. Defend your digital frontier.
All hail the fridge.
Nice.
Love it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so happy 2025, everybody. It is now the new year. We talked a lot about 2025 in our last episode, and we are now here. We're excited for what's coming in this next year, all the content that we're going to get into, and of course, our show is going to be one of those. So today we actually have a very fun interview. We managed to track down the one, the only, the legendary TTVScruy. Ben, how you doing? It's great to have you here.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here. You know, it's pretty surreal. So I'm just ready to get into it.
That's wonderful. And so for the people that don't know, give us a quick rundown. How about from you yourself? Who are you? And why would we be interested in having you on the show? What recently has happened in your world? So I'll let you start there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I was never prior to this happening, the update happening, I was never approached, asked about it, because I'm sure it was a glitch, as we all know. So my name was getting announced because apparently I had the most Cashout steals last season, and probably among some other things, I don't know. I was in and out of Ruby 10 or 12 times, so
Wow.
It was a pretty painful experience. But
Oh man, I bet.
it's all right though. It's just a game. It's okay. So yeah, my name was just getting blasted into everyone's ears globally. Sorry for that, everyone. I'm really sorry. It's out of my control. I loved it, but it's over now.
Sure.
It's over now. Some people miss it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm reading the Reddits and stuff, and some people miss it, being bring back Scruy or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It was really kind of like a singular moment in the game where when they eventually do this again, it's definitely going to be set up differently.
Yeah.
But it was neat. I'm sure that was really cool when that happened. So obviously you do a lot of streaming, and so we're excited to have you in. You're clearly hopefully that has been a boon for you, and that's going to be something we'll ask you later as well. But we kind of want to jump in. Let's take a quick step back, because we know that you play a lot of the finals. Obviously, you were up there in Ruby. But I kind of want to back up ways to what was your first encounter with the finals? How did you interact, find the game, and what made you stick with it?
all right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I have absolutely no source for where I found the game. I think I don't know if it was Twitch or if it was on Discord. I saw a short clip of it or something. Maybe it was Shroud playing. I don't know. I love Shroud, so it could have been him playing or something. But I know that there was some sort of tournament going on, or I don't know. It was they were streaming a live I don't know, game or something, and I was I've been playing Siege for 10 years. That game is so boring to me now. And I don't know. I just saw it. I was I'll give it a go. It's free.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. Tried it. Fell in love with it. And, I haven't put it down since. So, But I have no idea how I found it. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't have a source for it, unfortunately. But
So that's how you found it. What made you stick with it? What was your kind of hook, basically?
It's just as far as FPS games go in the last few years, it is the most entirely different game. There's nothing like it at the moment. You can maybe find similarities in other games with it, because it's an FPS. All FPS games have similarities. So, but it just how I think the main thing is, every single game that you go into, it's going to be entirely different, to the last game that you just played. You might have, again, some stuff, third partying happens, stuff like that. But
Sure.
It's always different. Some buildings stay up, some games, sometimes they don't,
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, the randomness in it, and I think you hit on something really important. Is that every game does feel different. I have had a few games that I've walked away like, oh yeah, this same thing has happened. But when you compare it to like a Counter-Strike or something else, that it's very much like this is a set in stone experience, and then we try and fine tune it from there. Versus like this is a chaotic experience that you run into this map. Like I don't know, we've been playing with a Sledge player recently. Sometimes he just destroys the map for fun.
Yeah.
And I just love that that's a possibility. So.
Yeah.
I completely agree with what you're saying. It's fresh.
Oh yeah,
exactly. It's fresh.
Good old average. Always have to do as much damage as possible. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I can see as a Siege player that really kind of speaking to you. That was something that definitely spoke to me as I got into the game. I am curious though, because you said they didn't talk to you. They didn't actually ask you or mention that they were going to put your name in the announcements that the announcers were going to be saying during the match. So how did you first? Did you hear that? Did somebody send you a clip? How did you first find out? And what was it like the first time you heard that in-game?
I woke up to a Discord notification in Pro Hubs of someone sending me a Reddit saying, who is TTVScruy? Like, spelt like the way I told you to pronounce it, spelled that way. And just like the Reddit just slowly growing. And then I checked that. I was like, what is going on right now? Like, is this a joke? Turned my announcers on, went into a game, obviously, and I don't know. It's just the most insane thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like, ever since I downloaded this game, like I've wanted to see it succeed. Like I've tried to get my friends from Siege over, and it's just been it's just like it hasn't worked because they're just either they've stopped playing PC entirely or they're just interested in different games. So, like. It's been really, really, really positive to see like how much has grown since I started playing, and like obviously I'm just super excited to see where it goes from here because I know there's going to be plenty more seasons. Like, major to look forward to everything. So,
yeah, absolutely. And so you heard it for the first time, and then we all found out that June doesn't just say it once. If you're in a world tour or a rank, you would hearing your name, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. And to me it was hilarious. So I want to just kind of throw this question out there. With how much June talked about you, I think it's fair to say she had a little bit of a crush on the one, the only. So do you want to say anything to June back to her? This is your open mic to say anything you'd like.
Okay, well, first of all, June, thanks for loving me so much. You've done a lot. Thanks for the shout out. Second of all, if you're real, I'll after this, like just put on the YouTube video that's posted. You can put your Instagram or something, and we can, we can maybe get married or something. And then the final thing, so obviously that's too far. It's too far. The final thing is, I think we should, maybe get some voice lines in together in the game. Perhaps. We get some voice lines going. Maybe get rid of Scotty. We don't need him anymore. Just you and me, Jude.
Oh, it's Scruy and June now. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd say.
100% behind that.
Yeah.
I support that, and we will send this request to Embark.
That's good to hear.
Kick Scotty out.
It starts with an S as well, so like it's basically
it's perfect.
Not much change.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing. That's awesome. That had to have been one of the most surreal experiences, getting in and hearing your name. Not once, just but kind of over and over and over again. And at this point, I mean, anyone who was playing the game in December would have heard. I know a lot of people even mentioned that they had to start turning the announcers off because of how often it got repeated. So I'm curious, because you do stream a fair bit and you played the game a lot. Has this changed anything for you? Do you see more people coming by? I mean, obviously you got notoriety. Has it been good notoriety?
I don't want to like call anyone or anything out. So like, I'm gonna say it's obviously been good and bad. Like, you're gonna get whenever someone gets like 15 minutes of fame or whatever, like you're gonna have haters and you're gonna have people that are loving it. So, like, that's fine. I don't know. It's been it's just mostly positive stuff. Like, I don't know. Like,
good.
It's mostly good. But some places like I'm definitely not welcome. So no, that's actually too much. That's too much. That's saying too much. No, that's too far forward. No. But like you can feel the vibes from people. Like when you're not really like wanted. because not wanted. That's such a mean way of putting it, but
It's just a weird spotlight on you. That I think people didn't, and I guess that does lead into a good question because I tuned into your stream the other day and I didn't see you running with the name anymore. Did you change it, or were you running a Smurf game, or did I
am I allowed to say
did
that?
you change it in game? It doesn't matter to me. I mean, is that what it was?
I was just playing with some friends, so I was on
An alternate, yeah.
an alternate account.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And no worries. Nobody's gonna look bad on that. But so you still are rocking the TTV.
I am. I think I'm gonna change it. I don't know.
Oh,
Part
really?
of me wants me to be like, I don't know. When you go into a quick cache, which I don't like, I rarely do, but sometimes like people are like, OMG, like it's him, and it's like, it's just kind of funny. Like, I don't know. Like, it could have happened to anyone. Realistically, it could have happened to anyone. I guess I sweated the most.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask because you say it could have happened to anyone, but I mean it sounds like one of the reasons they picked you out is because you did grind out, and one of the things that June constantly talked about is, oh, here's TTVScruy who had the most cash outs stolen last season. So I mean, I know you said you were in and out of Ruby a lot and you played a ton, so did you kind of plan on that happening? Did you know as you were playing that maybe you had more steals, or was that a complete surprise to you to hear?
Yeah, no, it was a surprise. Like, I would like to think that I'm up there, like, before I knew, but, like, yeah, it's a surprise. I mean, I don't know, like, when I'm in games, if I'm not stealing cash outs, then I'm not winning, so, like, I've got to be stealing cash outs every game, so, but I don't know, I wasn't expecting it, like, completely.
Yeah, we need to actually pull up the actual stats, because I'm curious what they were. I mean, I think the leaderboards are still there for Season 4, because I should have checked this beforehand to see if it was a big gap or if you just barely inked in. Do you know, or
I have no idea. I didn't know that there was a possibility to see. So
I think that on their site there are leaderboards, but don't quote me on that. I'll find it after.
Yeah.
But okay, with that in mind though, so you did get the most steals. Do you have any tips? Do you have any tricks? What is your strategy? You go into it. I guess first off, what class do you play the most to get the most deals? Do you have a class?
So originally, like, I started out as a little light, because I thought that was the best class. But then I changed to medium, and that was my main for a very long time. But then someone called Olavi, who recently started streaming as well, is the best. I personally, in my opinion, he's the best heavy Lewis main in the game. So
wow.
I started playing with him a lot, and I was like, what, I'm done, running model. Like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm done with it. I want to try Lewis. Like, how hard can it be? So I just started playing heavy Lewis, and ever since then, I haven't changed off heavy. So only heavy. Not to get the most steals, I wouldn't say, but like to have the most health when you're stealing, yes. It just depends on, I'd say, what your composition is. So, like, I mean, if you don't have a healer, then obviously it's going to be more difficult. As far as tips going for stealing, I don't know. Like, it's situational. Like, it's entirely situational. So, like, if you have a winch and you know where all three players are, for example, you can use that winch to move it somewhere, do a quick dome, put some barricades up, and they're like, where's my cash out gone? Like, it's gone. So, I mean, I don't play winch. I play shack charge. So, you won't be seeing any of that from me. But I don't know. It's all situational. It's like, as long as you know where people are, as long as you know where the enemy is, and you know that, like, you're not getting third-partied from behind, and then also another team on their cash out is shooting at you. Like, as long as you know where everyone is, you can get, like, easy steals because they're out of position, for example. Like, they're not ready. Like, if they don't have a C4 on it, they're not ready for the steal, for it to happen. Like, being unexpected is probably the best way of doing it. Like, if you can't. Sorry, yeah. You go.
Oh no, I was gonna say it sounds like maybe the biggest tip there is just be a little patient and know where people are before trying to go for a steal. Unless it's maybe last second, you want to take your time and figure out where they're coming from before you try to step in and go for the steal. Does that sound right?
Yes, exactly like that. So, like, people that I played with, they say, "Oh no, we've only got a minute left. Like, we have to go quick." And I'm like, "That's a minute. That's like a whole minute. Like, count that in your head. That's a long time. You only need the last 7 seconds, realistically, as long as there are enough people gone. If it's the last 7 seconds in a game, then, like, you only need the last 7 seconds, unless of course, like I said, it's situational. So depending on how many people are dead and stuff like that, like, yeah, it's over. Yeah.
So
yeah,
do you normally go for wipes, or you just kind of just the second that you know you have those 7 seconds, do you just go for a steal?
I mean, I'm heavy, so like my light's just running around trying to get like an entry pick or something. Hopefully, if they do that and it's 2 alive, I know I've got a medium close to me, so I'm just gonna hop on that. I know the light's gonna maybe if he has stun, hopefully he'll just do his job. Like I just want everyone else to do their jobs, and then I'll get the most steals again. So, yeah.
So I'm taking it that it is a goal for this season as well. So are you still making the?
It's not a goal. I mean, it's not a goal. It's definitely not a goal. But I have when I know we have a free steal, like I tell people, get off the steal and give it to me, please.
That's awesome.
Pad the stats a little bit. I love that. That's not. It's nice to know that you were doing something right. You know, even if you were kind of in and out of Ruby, you know that it was working for you. So I am curious, sort of, you know, moving forward into this next year. What is sort of your goals for the game? You know, as we look at season 5, the seasons beyond, you got to keep trying to stream. You trying to make that a full-time thing. Are you going to be looking to play in some of the upcoming events and tournaments, or what's kind of your thoughts? Like, what do you want to do with the game?
I mean, a dream would be I can like obviously make this full time, but like it's early doors still, so I'd have to see how well it goes in the next, I don't know, 6 months to a year. But I would obviously, like, it would be an absolute dream. Like since like 13, like this was it, basically. Yeah. This is it for me, being a streamer. Like I would love to just sit at my desk all day. But that's what everyone else does. Like if you have a desk job, like you work at your desk all day. So it's the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
It'd be a dream. So yeah, I just want to keep playing this game. I want to keep loving it. I want to keep wanting to love it. And yeah, you said asked me about the major.
Oh yeah, like, you know, do you want to play competitively? I know I see you in the Pro Hub server. I see you, jumping into pugs every now and then. Is that a goal? Do you want to try and make that a reality if you can?
Yeah, I've been looking for a team for. I don't want to think about how long it's been now, but I think partly because of this happening with me, like the whole announcers thing, it's made it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people just say that I'm the worst player in the game, like, and they're committed to saying like that is their opinion, and that's okay. But it's sad, and it damages my my CV as well. You know, when you have high level players saying I'm the worst player in the game, it doesn't help. So, but it's fine.
Gotcha.
But I would love to play in the major. Like I'd like I said, another dream. I wanted to play competitive Siege, but that was obviously never a thing. I was just a ranked sweat, so this would be nice to be able to take this to the next level. So yeah.
Well, so if what I'm hearing, if there's any viewers out there that are looking for a high level team, you have a heavy Lewis main sitting right here looking for some people. So
Shaq main now. Shaq main.
Shaq main. I'm sorry. Yep, I missed that. Yep. Shaq main.
So you said like Shaq. So and it sounds like you're still enjoying the game. Like so you're still enjoying time. You like season 5. You know, you enjoying that, and anything you're looking forward to, like with the game. Anything that you are excited for, maybe looking forward to season 6. Like, how do you feel about things right now?
Things are good. Considering its age, like it's still an infant basically. So it's got a long way to go. A lot of growing to do. Season 6, I don't know. I feel like, just more stuff. Like people love new content, so people love, like, I don't know, new maps. You don't want to go. I mean, I don't know. I've never had to work on something like this before, but from being on the other end, my experience is you don't want to like drip feed us. Like really badly. Like we want at least like a nice gulp every season of like just like more than one new weapon a season, like more than hopefully maybe 2, one for each class a season, something like that. I don't know. It's obviously not my decision. It's just more stuff, like more stuff, more. I'm not going to mention. I wouldn't say balancing, because I think everything at the moment is in a okay spot.
Yeah. No, we've had that same conversation, and I think that it's at a weird spot where it is really in a good balance. Of course, some things could be changed. I think Charge and Slam, and I think nades are a little out of whack.
Yeah.
But for where it has been in the last 5 years, last 5 seasons, it's great. It's in a nice place. So I'm really with you on the balance. There's always things that we can tweak, and then new weapons come in each season, and then they tend to throw the balance for the first week out of whack for a little bit as they figure it out.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
People love like an OP weapon for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's not for too long.
Yeah, they're pretty good about patching it. I mean, I loved my CL40 at the start of last season.
Yeah,
That was a good time.
I was only running
fun.
that in ranked.
Yeah, exactly, right? 3 CL40s, and oh my god, you were oppressive as everything. It was so much fun.
Exactly.
And half of our viewer base just logged off in disgust.
Not anymore.
Terrible
Not
people.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess you mentioned already one player that is kind of like you believe is the top heavy Lewis player, but are there any other players that you interact with? Anybody else you kind of want to highlight? Friends you want to shout out? Kind of anybody who is in your sphere that you think needs a little bit more attention?
Oh, I don't know about more attention, but I mean, I'll start with 2 people who
Sure.
they have said that they carried me to Ruby last season, and
Okay.
they didn't carry me, but they certainly helped me. Like, I needed 2 players, and they helped me in the last couple of days. And that's Monster Pig, and I'm gonna butcher his full name, but it's Jürgen like Enkelberg or something like that.
Oh yes, yeah. I know Jürgen. Jürgen just joined Aimers, Telco's team.
Yeah, he's a goat.
Nice.
He's a goat. So shout out to those 2 for that, and also just really nice guys as well. Bubix, Bounce, best duo. I think they're in a team together in BBL with Basics. I think it is. Bubix and Bounce. We've had some very funny streams together. Them 2 as a duo, they're really funny guys. Strike as well. He used to play Siege Pro League, so shout out to him. He's playing now, helping me out whenever he feels like it. And then shout out to Mickey as well, doing the Pro League and all that. Not Pro League, sorry, Pro Hubs. Like, really, really awesome to see that like growing still. Fixie for raiding me and playing with me, doing some ranked games and some World Tour. Huge
Love
raid.
that.
Carnifex as well for a huge raid. Thank you, brother. And then obviously Olavi and Flynn were my first 2 teammates for my first tournament. Sorry, it's nearly over, I swear.
No, you're good. You're good. We love to
This
see
is
it.
what we're here for. We want to highlight the scene. This is it.
The Pirate King is his in-game name, otherwise known as Charles, who I met recently on Ruby Grind, another very good Discord if you want to find players. And he is one of the best healers in the game. Like I'm like guaranteed. Legolas, another great player. Bisha, if you don't know Bisha, I hope you never have to know Bisha.
Oh, Bisha. Oh, Bisha.
Shout out to Fapso back in the Ruby Grind Discord. Love you, Fapso. Tapor. Okay, Tapor, great guy. He's hosting the Ruby Grind tournament next week, and he's funded a lot of that. Uncle Shao, another moderator in the server, mainly top guy. And that's pretty much everyone. I'd like to say Donkey as well. Donkey, Diniz, Bruno, legends. We've had some very fun custom games late at night together. They're also part of Ruby Grind. So
Nice.
I think that's everyone.
Nice.
It won't be
That's
everyone,
quite
but
a
I think
list.
that's enough.
Yeah, well, and that's what we're all about. I'm glad that we're able to kind of show more people the scene, and that there are a lot of people involved. And I actually recently just joined the Ruby Grind Discord as well, and I've been kind of looking around that. So I am glad that there is multiple spaces for people that are trying to be competitive. So we're at a really nice point that's kind of what's happening here.
For sure.
No, it feels like we're moving in the right direction, and really excited. Was really excited to have you on here. Well, obviously, we'll post all your links, but you want to go ahead and let us know where can people find you? What are you going to be up to? What's your normal schedule? Go ahead and get that all out there. Let us know.
I stream every day, hopefully every day if I can, from hopefully 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. With obviously little intervals every day.
And what time zone is that?
That is GMT. I'm from the UK. Small town in the north. Oh, it's actually a city, but yeah. Yeah, no, that's literally it. I just stream it on Twitch at the moment. I used to stream on TikTok. I might start doing that again, but like the dual thing just broke for some reason.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I don't know. I'll fix it. But that's pretty much it. You can find me on Twitter, on X as well. Same name, Scruy. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah,
Awesome. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Scruy, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hopefully we can get some matches in ourselves with Waltz and I.
Well, yeah, no, we gotta go. We gotta play some pugs. We gotta stream some pugs.
Yeah, we gotta go ahead and get that going. No, it was great to have you on. I really appreciate you coming on, chatting with us for a bit, and best of luck moving forward with the upcoming season and everything you got going on.
Yep, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me so much.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
All right, see you guys later.
Everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, finalists, for watching this episode, our interview with TTVScruy. All of his Twitch and links will be in the description, so please check him out and give him some more views and love.
Was a very fun interview. Really enjoyed having him on. Hopefully you guys did too. We actually have a very exciting interview next episode as well. Stay tuned because we're going to have Mickey from the Pro Hubs Discord on to chat with us as well. So that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking with him about that, his past events, and some of the stuff that got coming up next week.
Yeah, there's a lot that we can pick his brain on, and I'm quite excited for that. But to just do a quick wrap-up of all the events that have happened recently, we did have a tournament happen that actually was hosted by Waltz. It was the Christmas Cashout, and there was a total prize pool of... what was the total prize pool again, Waltz?
Total prize pool ended up being about $130, but all told it was actually about 190 because Embark threw in a bunch of multi-bucks codes. So third and fourth went home with $10 codes, 10 multi-buck codes each, and then the first and second had some actual cash that they could pocket. So thanks Embark for coming in and dropping some extra money there and making sure everybody got to go home with a little bit of something in their stocking. Was a really good event. I'm going to have some of the clips up on my YouTube soon, so you can kind of go back with the format. You can check our last episode. I talked about the format. It had some crazy moments, some of the most unique moments I have ever seen in a game of the finals because of the format. One of the neatest things that I've ever seen. It was a really cool event.
Yeah, and not only that, but I believe that the winner was Amers. Not Amers. It was Uni's Bait.
Yes, Uni's Bait was the winner. Udriconi, Morifix, and Uni ended up taking the win. It was a hard-fought battle. Went to I think it went to 7 or 8 games of Cashout in a row until they finally clinched it. But they pulled it out. Wow. They did a really good job. And Amers was also participating. That's another thing I think we can shout out real quick as well. Something we didn't mention, but Atelko, Noax, and Jurgen. 3 people that have been in the competitive scene for a bit, signed with Amers Plus back in December. There's a link, we'll put a link to Telco's announcement of that, so congratulations to them, and we're excited to see them moving forward in this next year. Speaking of upcoming stuff, there is a Ruby Grind Discord tournament. I believe we spoke about that briefly with Scruy earlier as well, so keep an eye out for that. We'll drop some links to that.
Yep, there will be more tournaments coming up, and yeah, as always, check our links in the description, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next time.
See you next time.